you're looking for products to use instead of bleach, because I know I talk about not bleaching your hair for a while, giving your hair a break, but I know a lot of us want to still bleach our hair. I have not bleached my hair in probably about 1.5 years, and it's been a while, but I still have a lot of it in my hair. So I did put a hair dye over my hair so you cannot see it, but there are toners that you could use to give your hair a break if you simply still want to bleach your hair, but you want to give some time in between, especially if the roots start coming out, and you don't have to bleach that to get a lighter look. A lot of things that I talk about on here is just to help you start growing in those baby hairs. So this definitely helps you to get those hairs growing in around your crown and giving your hair a break. So a couple hair toners that I was using when my hair was bleached, I found out about them later, towards the beginning of my hair growth journey, which was January of 2024. So a little bit before that, I started to try to find toners because I heard that you can bleach or lighten your hair without bleach. And one of them is Redken Cover Fusion. And they have numerous of tones. They have anywhere from really dark to tans. So you can get anything from beige blonde to pale blonde, pearl blonde, and the list goes on for the Redken Fusion, Cover Fusion. Another one that I really like is Pulp Riot Toner, and they also have a higher speed toner. They have anything from, they have Icy Toner, they have Blue Moon Toner, I believe that's like a violet, and then they have, let's see, I thought I wrote out the list of what they have, but they have some different ones in their list as well. And what I really like to do is use a lower, like these are the hair toners that cover, like, you know, that help with getting your roots more blonde, as well as through the end if you do have that really reddish look, that really brassy look, that helps with that too. But then you want to use it with a developer. This one I had got Pulp Riot, and I got a big one because I was toning my hair quite often to get that brassy out. And this is actually still full. That's how long it's been since I've actually used this in my hair, because I really don't have any of the blonde showing right now. And this one, I don't know if I said that, it's a 10. They also have, I believe, 6 and 8. The lower, the better for the developer. So I was using at one point 20 and 40, but that's just not what you want to do. You want to use a lower developer in your hair. So those are things, ladies, that I used when my hair was blonde. I don't know if I'll go back to being a blonde. I kind of want to, because it's been almost, like I said, I believe 1.5 years now since I've bleached my hair. And if I do, I might just use like little foils in between. Before, I used to take my whole hair and bleach the whole thing. And I also use the Olaplex 1, the drops. I can get that because I have an esthetician license, so I can get professional. And I've kept my esthetician license just for that reason, to get different hair things that you can still get them online, but they're going to be maybe a little higher. So that's not, I was going to say you can't get them, you can, but I want to keep this just so I could spend a little less. And it's been so long since I bleached my hair, I kind of forgot about the things that I was trying to tell you. So if you cannot get Olaplex 1, and I know I got a whole kit, I had Olaplex 2, which is you leave in your hair for 10 minutes first, and then, you know, it comes with the kit where you can get individually professional online. That is going to be high. It's already expensive now. Olaplex is very expensive, even professional. But you can get dupes at Sally's Beauty Supply for the Olaplex 1 drops. You can get dupes there. And I believe Ion has some. And that just helps when you put the drops in the bleach. It helps to minimize the damage in your hair. And it helps protect the bonds more. So you can actually do that. So the reason why I'm telling you about this, ladies, because as much as I talk about not to bleach your hair and give your hair a break, this is something, if you're going to be doing that, like I said, in between, this is going to help you keep your hair reserved a lot more. Every time I think I want to bleach my hair, I start thinking about how long my hair's grown in 2 years. It's a little, about 2-3 inches past my waist now. So I just get really afraid that my hair is going to start breaking. Now I was able to maintain my hair growth even with my bleach, but I mean, back then I was just not really as much caring. Right before the 2 years, I always treated my hair like it's just hair, it'll grow back. So now I really am very delicate with my hair. This is why I share this with you in case you need a break and you want to have some options. So I know you can get some of these things. You have to really research Amazon. You can go on to Beauty Supply has some of this. And there's so much more. I'll put them in the description because I can't think offhand what I was using before my esthetician license that you can get this stuff on. You just have to really research. You have to look up the names for this and make sure that you're getting the right one. The creams, they're both creams, and they have the measurements, but I would just free pour it. I started just doing like some of the, like both of those toners I told you about, the Pulp Riot and the Redken, is like in a box. You know, just a normal thing. You go and get like the tubes at Sally's or whatever. They're in like a box. You don't want to use the whole thing in your hair. I told one girl about it and she used the whole toner in her hair. It's like, you don't have to do that. You just use little bits and pieces. Well, not pieces, but you know, you just use a tiny bit. You mix it to where it's creamy. If you have really long hair, you just have to mess with it. You could put some in your hair by mixing, and then you could do it again, you know, by mixing. You don't have to make it perfect. And then you mix it with this, just enough to make it creamy, not too runny or not too thick. So you do not have to do that. The toners will last you for a while because you don't have to do it to I don't know how fast your hair gets like that brassy look, maybe 4 weeks, I don't know. So whatever your hair's starting to look brassy, then you want to do that toner. So it does last for a while. Do not use the whole thing. One thing, if you are doing these toners, your hair is going to be growing out. For example, your roots grow out. You see, oh, I want to have my hair lightened. This is going to be a little bit of a darker blonde. I mean, you can get it to where it's somewhat light, but if you happen to use a silver or lavender, it's definitely going to have a different color in your hair because your roots are going to obviously be grown out. It's just to give it a little bit of a dimension of blonde, and it will look a little darker, not dark, because you can actually get it to where it looks pretty light. But if you're using a beige and a pearl example, I believe, then it will lighten up a little bit different. So just to let you know, I like the way it looked because I like my hair looking different dimensions of blonde, but it is just a way to take a break. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments, let me know. If you want me to do a video on what I was doing to my hair when it was blonde to keep it vibrant, and I have natural as well as I went to the silicones and clarifying shampoo, so I do that still a little bit now, then I will make a video about that. So I just want to share this with you today, ladies, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.